Hello and welcome back to Kenneth Boston Photographer, my channel. I'm trying to get caught up on a few videos and whatnot. Hope you're doing okay. I thought today I'd try to do a little bit better video for you. If you're a Nikon shooter, I shoot a Nikon. I'm sorry for you Canon people and whatnot, but I thought I'd talk about the D5600 a little bit more. I have a little short video that I made on the 5600, just did it with my telephone one day, but I thought, well, the D5600's been out for a while. A lot of people have one. A lot of people want to get into photography, but not at buying $2,000 cameras. You know, ultimately, it doesn't matter the cost of the camera. It doesn't matter if you have a full frame or APS-C like this camera here, the 5600. It's you that makes the photos, and all of them have the possibility of being a professional camera. And you know, there's naysayers for everything, and there's yaysayers for everything. I'll be honest and tell you that, yeah, you can buy a better camera, but not for the money. You know, for the $800 or whatever you'd spend on a D5600, you're going to get a lot of camera. This is my fun camera. I've been shooting one since the camera came out. I'm a professional photographer, as you know, and I shoot APS-C right now, only APS-C. My main cameras, when I'm out doing portraits and stuff, I shoot the D71 and 7200. And there's a few reasons why I shoot them. But if you are on a budget, and even then, I understand $800 for a body, maybe get a lens, a package, you know, and you're still going to be pushing the $1,000. That's a lot of money, and you want to get the best camera you can for your money. Now there's tons of videos out there, spec videos and whatnot, that talk about this camera. I'm just going to tell you real world about the camera, because I have shot it the whole time I was in China. Since this camera came out, it's been my main walking around camera, visiting the parks and shooting on the streets, landscapes and things like that. And I saved my 71 and 7200 primarily for shooting all the models and stuff that I shot over there. The first thing about the 5600 is it takes awesome pictures, period. 24 megapixel. If you know how to dial in your photo, spectacular pictures. I guarantee you, and I'll try to dig up some before the end of this video. Hopefully you get to see, or at least see in the background. Ergonomic wise, it has a real deep grip, and I'm not a small guy, and it's got a really, really deep, super comfortable grip. You can hold this thing however you want, and it's going to feel good. The camera is about the size of probably most of the mirrorless that are out there right now. You know, it's not near as chunky. Here is a 7200. If you notice, it's a lot thicker. It's a lot thicker camera than the 5600 is. You can shoot fantastic portraits, anything with this 5600. The touch screen works really cool. Here, let me see if I can dial in something. You can go through all your little modes here. If I wanted to change from single point, autofocus, and go into something else, like continuous. You see it shows a little action figure there, a little guy skiing. If I wanted to go to AFA here, you know, which is partial, continuous, partial, single point. Everything is usually illustrated out pretty well for you guys if you're in the beginner phase. Let me put it back on single point. I don't want to mess up my little settings right now. Really, really easy. The menu is really, really easy on this thing to work with. It's got all the modes. It has the little automatic settings too, but you know, get over that and get where you can make some really good stuff. Get on the manual and aperture priority modes and things like that. You have a total flip out screen, so it's pretty good for vlogging. You know, it's you can put it on, you know, put it on your tripod and, you know, do your videos right there. It's really good for that. Sometimes I don't know if the autofocus, I have shot really, really good videos with the 5600. I have, and I've had some problems, you know, shooting like YouTube videos with it. But I think sometimes it's a little more the lens than maybe the camera. I'm just being honest here. But if you want a good all-purpose camera, this is a good one. A couple things that it may be important to you, depending on if you're a portrait shooter, just a walk around, take shots person, or if you're a wildlife guy. You know, crop sensor camera is really good for wildlife in general because of the crop factor. One thing I suggest, listen to this. To me, for wildlife, if it's close, if you're shooting like a bird or a rabbit or something and it's really close, to me the shutter has a little bit of a noise. And outside, even that right there can be a little noisy if something is up close to you. The 7200s, the 7000 series is a little quieter. I don't know if you can hear this. And it's noticeably quieter outside. But one thing that's real cool, this camera's got a lot of cool stuff, guys. Like I said, there's lots of videos out there talking about specs and everything, and I don't care about the specs. I want a good camera. It's got a good sensor, and get really, really good glass. I'm shooting full frame glass on this at the moment. This is 7300. It's about $500 lens. But one cool thing is we can go to live view, and all you got to do on live view, let's see, I'm going to take a picture of my computer here. Let's see what it does. It's not in focus, but here's what I encourage you to do with live view is pick out a really good subject. Let's see. It's hard to do it in here. Maybe I can shoot me. But anyhow, find you a good subject. Let's look at, alright, I'm going to look at my D5600 on the computer. I mean on my table here, not on the computer. Try this real quick. Oh, it's too close. I forgot this is a 70 to 300. Alright, I'm going to shoot some books right here. I'm going to shoot some cookbooks. Yeah. And if you can see this, perfect shot. So what I used to do, like in China with this feature, you know, I might set the camera down really, really low and shoot down a road or a sidewalk and get a whole different view of what's going on. So that's really cool. Live view is fun to play with this camera. And like I said, you can just touch it, snap a picture. The videos, like I said, the videos I've had, not love and hate, but I've had discrepancies with the video. My best videos were shot using a 35 or 50 millimeter prime lens. I tried the Sigma 17 to 50, and it just fished all the time. It was always fishing. So I blame that on the lens. But real world, the very first time I ever had this camera out, the very, very first time I had this camera out, guys, I got in a big portrait photo session with it. I wanted to go out and try this camera out. Real world, I had my 70 to 200 Sigma lens, and I had my 85 millimeter Nikon lens, 1.8G. And I just wanted to go out and just see what the sucker would do. So I went to a big tourist place in Zhenjiang, Jiangsu, China, and I shot hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of portraits there, but I always shot my 7000 series. But here I am, I got my brand new 5600. I just want to go try it out and see what it'll do. And I get there, and I hadn't been there 30 minutes, and some friends I knew saw me and said, hey. And we had 2 models. Photo shoot was going on, and they wanted me to play with them. So here I am. I got this brand new camera, but I have 2 fantastic lenses. And so my first time out with this camera was a portrait shoot. It was spectacular. This camera does not let you down. As far as photo quality, it's tough to beat. Now, the only drawback that the pros are going to have on it is that it's a 1 SD card camera, which, to be honest, most of them are. And I shoot the SanDisk. Let me see, I'll show you here. This is what I shoot in all my cameras. It's SanDisk. Now, because of portrait photographers, we like redundancy. We really prefer 2 card slots. Just be smart. If you use this thing as a portrait camera, just when you get done, unload it on a USB, and reformat or whatever you got to do. Don't try to store lots and lots of stuff on your card because of that redundancy factor. If you're shooting portraits, you cannot afford to lose any pictures. But thank God it doesn't happen very often. I've had 3 SD card failures in the last decade. And one was my fault. I had an older Nikon that I let my battery run down all the way, and somehow it killed the card. So I blame that on me. And I've had 2 other cards go bad. So it can happen, but thank goodness it doesn't happen very often, but always be prepared. And if you have 1 card slot camera, make sure you always have an extra SD card. But anyhow, picture quality, I'll try to show a few pictures. Not that on YouTube you're going to be able to tell much, but picture quality, fantastic. This is a fun camera to shoot, and if you got the money, get one. Okay? If you have the budget for it, and it's not cheap, but it's not super cheap, but it's not real expensive. This is a mid-range camera, but it will do the job. So anyhow, a little bit on the 5600. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we'll talk to you later.